Good day, everyone. My name is Mel Fatima C. Ramirez, and I am a student from Section B, BS Information Technology at Negros Oriental State University. So, for my Web Development 2 final examination, I will be presenting my project titled Nature Skincare, a full-stack e-commerce web application built using the Symfony PHP framework. Nature Skincare is an online skincare store management system. It has two main components. First, a web-based admin dashboard where administrators can manage product orders, customers, categories, and stocks. Second, a React Native mobile application that allows customers to browse products, add items to cart, check out using Stripe payment, and receive real-time push notification about their order status. The application is fully deployed and publicly accessible on Railway hosting platform. So let me now walk you through the source code, the deployment process, and live demonstration. So let me show you the structure of my Symfony project. So this is the folder that I am using for my project. The title is testing. So here is the SRC folder. This is where all the PHP source code lives. So inside SRC it has many folder files here. So first is we're going to controller. I have two main groups of controllers. So the regular web controller handle admin dashboard, order controller, dashboard controller, customer controller, and so on and so forth. So inside the API subfolder, I have REST API controllers for the mobile app like auth controller, cart API, customer API, order API controller. And the auth controller is for Google Firebase authentication. So inside SRC entity, I have my database models, user, product, order, category, customer, stock, FCM token, and more. Inside the SRC service, I have two important services, the activity logger for logging admin actions and the push notification service for sending Firebase push notification to mobile user. I also have cart service, email verification service, the FCM service, the Firebase auth service, the order status and order validator, and WebSocket service. So let me show you my .env file. So here in my .env configuration file, I have the database URL here connecting to the MySQL. Also the GWT secret key, you can see it below. GWT secret key and GWT public key for JSON Web Token authentication used by the mobile API. I also have Firebase credentials here. My Firebase service account for push notifications and for the Stripe secret key for the processing payments. This Stripe secret key and the Stripe publishable key. So next is we're going to security YAML. So here in my security configuration, I have two firewalls. The API platform firewall handles all API routes using stateless GWT authentication for the mobile app, and the main firewall, this one, it handles the web dashboard using session-based authentication with Google OAuth support. So next is in the config packages and framework YAML. I also configured trusted proxies here. So this was necessary because Railway uses a reverse proxy which was causing CSRF token errors on the login page. this was one of the deployment challenges that I encountered and I had to resolve. So here is my GitHub repository. So the project is on the activity 1 branch. So let me show you the commit history. So as you can see, I have multiple commits through the development process from initial setup, adding features, fixing deployment issues, and making improvements. So the repository contains the complete source code, including all the controllers, entities, services, templates, and configuration files. So the mobile app code is in a separate local project, but I can show that as well. For hosting, I used Railway, a cloud platform that supports PHP and MySQL. So let me walk you through how I deployed this application. So let's go first at the dashboard. So here is my Railway project. I have two services, the main Symfony web application and a MySQL database service. So the web application is connected directly to my GitHub repository. So every time I push code to the activity_1 branch, Railway automatically detects the changes and redeploys the application. So we're going to the variable tab, and as you can see, here are my environment variables. In production, sensitive values like the database URL, the GWT public key, GWT secret key, the Firebase credentials are also stored here, not in the code, because this is important for security. So Railway automatically injects the database URL here from the MySQL service, so the application can connect to the database. So let's go to the deployment. So here is the deployment history. Each deployment shows the build logs. So Railway runs Composer install, executes database migrations, and starts the PHP server automatically. So the deployment process I followed was, first one is I created a new project on Railway and then connected it to my GitHub repository. The second one is I added a MySQL database service and linked it to the app. The third one is I configured all the environment variables, GWT keys, Firebase credentials, and Stripe keys, and so on and so forth. And the fourth one is Railway automatically ran Composer install and executed the database migrations. And last one is I tested the live URL and fixed issues that appeared in production. So the challenges that I encountered, there are several deployment challenges that I encountered. So the first one is I got an invalid SRF token error on the login page. This was caused by Railway reverse proxy. I fixed it by configuration in framework YAML. Second one is I had a migration error because one of my tables already existed. It already existed in the database. So I fixed this by manually marking the migration as executed in doctrine_migration_versions table. So the third one is push notifications were not working. So because the push notification service was calling get FCM token directly on the user entity. So but FCM tokens are stored in the separate table. So I fixed this by updating the service to query the FCM token repository instead. So there's a lot challenges I have encountered. That's the top 3 that I can still remember. So let me now demonstrate the live hosted application. So I just click my link, and then we're going to the login page. This is the login page, and I will log in as the administrator. So I am now logged into the admin dashboard. So here in the dashboard, it shows the today's revenue, the total orders, the active products, and the registered customer, all pulling live data from the MySQL database on Railway. So let's go to the products. Here is the product page, so I can see all the products with their prices, their stock levels. So first, I will demonstrate a CRUD operation. So we were going to create a new product, and then let's just try to make a new one. We're going to save the product that we made and find it here. Here. So after I make a product, when I submit it, the Symfony validates the form. It saves the database and redirects back to the list. So the product is now saved in the database and visible in the list. I can also edit and delete the products as an admin. So we're going to the order. So here is the order management page. So order placed from the mobile app appears here automatically. So as you can see, we can see the list of different statuses: pending, processing, confirmed, cancelled, and completed. So let me try to open an order and change its status. So this one, the ID number 31, let's try to view and edit it, update an order, pending, from pending to confirmed. So when I confirm all, update an order, the system automatically sends a push notification to the customer's mobile phone using Firebase Cloud. So this is one of the advanced feature of my application. So as you can see, it is updated already. It is confirmed. The order is already confirmed. So next is in the customers. So here in the customers, these are the users who registered and placed orders through the mobile app. So here in the categories, this supports the full CRUD. I can create here, can read, can update and delete product categories as administrator. We also show the mobile application. So the React Native app connects to the same Symfony backend through the REST API. So I will log in using the Google, and the Firebase handles the authentication and sends the token to the Symfony, which returns with a GWT token. So here in the home page, I can browse products. I can tap products to see the details. And also, I can adjust the quantities. I can add the products to the cart and proceed to checkout using Stripe payment and the cash on delivery payment. And after I'm going to place an order, after that, the order will appear immediately in the web admin dashboard. So let me share my reflection on this project. So the biggest challenge I faced was the deployment process itself. Developing locally is very different from deploying to a live server. So things that work perfectly on my computer and sometimes broke in production because of different configurations. For example, the CRF error taught me about how reverse proxies work and why trusted proxy configuration is important, very important in production environments. So the database migration issues taught me how Doctrine tracks which migration have been executed and how to manually manage migration states when needed. So the push notification debugging taught me also to always trace the full data flow from the database through the service layer to the external API. So overall, this project gave me real hands-on experience with full-stack web development, REST API design, mobile app integration, and cloud deployment and production troubleshooting. So I am proud that my application is not just a simple Symfony website. It is a complete system with a web admin panel, REST API with 11 endpoints, a React Native mobile app, Stripe payment integration, and a Firebase push notification. Thank you for watching my presentation.